You can have perfect execution, flawless tactics, and a team that executes like clockwork and still fail because you're solving the wrong problem. In my marketing career of over 2 decades, I have watched more companies fail from intent problems than from poor execution. They built the right thing, but for the wrong market. Or they targeted the right audience at the wrong time. And finally, maybe they executed perfectly, but the strategy was wrong. In this video, I'm going to break down the letter I in my signal framework. Let me ask you something. Are you solving the right problem for the right people at the right time? Because if you get intent wrong, nothing else matters. Here is what I see constantly. A company builds a product, they are convinced that it solves a real problem. So they hire marketers, run campaigns, and generate traffic. But conversion rates are horrible. The CAC is sky high, and growth feels like pushing a boulder uphill. So they blame execution. They start thinking that they need better targeting, better messaging, and definitely more channels. Here's the thing. In my experience, execution is not the issue here. Intent is. They are either solving a problem people do not actually have, or they are solving the right problem but for the wrong people. Or maybe they are solving the right problem at the wrong time. And no amount of tactical excellence fixes those things. Think of it this way. Perfect execution of the wrong strategy is still failure. You can optimize your way to better results, but you cannot optimize your way out of an intent problem. Intent is about market alignment. I want you to pay attention to this question. Are you solving the right problem for the right people at the right time? Let me break this down for you. Does this problem actually exist? Is the problem painful enough that people will pay to solve it? Are you targeting the people who actually feel this pain most acutely? Is the market ready? Are they aware of the problem? Can they buy right now? All these three things have to align. If you're solving a problem that is not painful enough, you will struggle. And if you're targeting people who do not have the problem, you will waste budget. And finally, if the market is not ready yet, or the timing is off, you will be too early or too late. This is what intent means in the signal framework, and it is the foundation of everything else. Here's the truth. Traffic without intent is just noise. Now, intent breaks down into two fundamental categories, and most organizations confuse them. The first one is demand capture, and the second one is demand creation. Let me explain the difference. Demand capture is when people already know they have a problem and they are actively looking for solutions. They are searching, they are comparing, they have intent. And your job as a marketer is to be there when they search. This is where platforms and channels such as Google Ads, SEO, review sites, and comparison pages come into play. This is bottom of the funnel marketing, high intent and ready to buy. Let me give you an example. Let's say when someone searches CRM for small businesses, or maybe project management software, they know what they need. You capture that demand. Demand creation is a little bit different. People do not know they have a problem yet, or they know, but they are not actively looking for solutions. Your job as a marketer is to make them aware, to create urgency, to build the market. This is top of the funnel marketing. I'm talking about brand awareness, education, and even category creation. This is where content marketing, social media, thought leadership, and brand campaigns help. For example, Slack did not capture demand for team chat software. Most people were not searching for those terms in 2013 when they launched. They created demand by showing people a better way to work. And this is where most companies screw this up. They confuse the two things I discussed. They dump the budget into awareness campaigns when people are not ready to buy right now. Or maybe they focus only on bottom of the funnel when no one knows the category exists yet. The question isn't which strategy is better. A better question is, where is my market right now? So how do you know if you have an intent problem? I will give you some warning signs which I look for when looking for this issue. The first sign is that you have high traffic but low conversion. This means that you are generating volume but nobody is buying. And this could happen because of one of the two things. Either you are attracting the wrong people, that is an intent misalignment, or you are targeting people who are not ready yet. This is a timing issue. So ask yourself these two questions. Are these people actually experiencing the problem you solve? And do they feel it acutely enough to pay? The second warning sign is when your messaging is not resonating with the audience. Maybe you have tested 50 different ad variations, but nothing works. The problem is not the creative, it's the message market fit. You're either talking about a problem they do not care about yet, or you're using a language they do not use. Maybe you're positioning yourself against the wrong competition. Think about two questions here. When you talk to customers, do they nod immediately? Or do you have to explain why they need this? The third warning sign is long, unpredictable sales cycles. Deals take forever to close, there is no pattern. This often means you're targeting people who are not in the buying mode. They might eventually need your solution, but not right now. Think about these things. Is there an urgency? And what is the trigger event that makes them buy? The last warning sign is that your customer acquisition cost or CAC is climbing despite optimization. You have optimized everything. You have done better targeting, you have used better creatives and even better landing pages, but your CAC keeps going up. This usually means you're fighting intent and you're not optimizing it. You're trying to create demand in a market that is not ready or capture demand that does not exist. If you see two or more of these signs, you probably have the intent problem, and tactics are not going to fix it. Here is my framework for fixing intent problems. First, validate the problem exists. Talk to 20 or 30 people in your target market. Do not pitch them, only try to listen to them. Ask them very specific questions. What are your biggest challenges right now? How painful is this problem on a scale of 1 to 10? What have you tried to solve it? If this problem disappeared tomorrow, what would change? If they do not immediately resonate with your problem framing, you have an intent issue. The next thing you can do is to clarify who feels this problem most acutely. Now, not everyone has the same level of pain, right? You should identify the segment where the problem is most acute. That's your ICP or ideal customer profile. Not marketing managers or B2B SaaS companies. Be specific. For example, marketing managers at $4 to $10 million companies who just got budget approval but do not have a team yet. The more specific you get, the better your intent alignment. The next thing you got to do is understand the market timing. Where is the market right now? Are people actively searching for solutions? That's a demand capture territory. Or do they not know this problem is solvable yet? Now that's demand creation. If it's demand capture, focus on bottom funnel. Be there where they search and optimize for conversions. But if it's demand creation, focus on awareness, educate the market, build the category, and be patient. Don't try to do both with the same budget. Pick your strategy based on where the market actually is. Then test the message market fit. Write down your core message and show it to 10 people in your target market. Do they immediately get it? Or do they not? Or do you have to explain it? If you have to explain, your message does not match their language. Go back to step 1 that I discussed earlier and listen to how they describe the problem. Use their words. Intent is not about tactics, it's about alignment. The right problem, the right people, and the right time. Get this wrong and no amount of execution is going to save your marketing strategy. Let me give you an example. I worked with a B2B SaaS company a few years ago. They had a product that helped companies manage compliance, and they were spending heavily on paid ads. They were targeting keywords like compliance managers at mid-market companies. There was high traffic, but almost no conversions. So we started digging in, and what we found out is that the compliance managers were not the ones searching for solutions. They knew they had a problem, but they were not empowered to buy the software. That decision sat with the CFO or the general counsel of those companies. So we had the right problem, but the wrong people. So we shifted the targeting to CFOs and general counsel. We changed the messaging from streamlined compliance processes to reduce audit risk and avoid penalties. This spoke to the pain they felt in their language. The result was amazing. The CAC dropped 40% in 2 months and conversion rates tripled. Same product, same features, but different intent alignment. That's the power of getting intent right. Here is what I want you to remember about intent. Execution, tactics, and optimizations, all these things matter, but only if you're solving the right problem for the right people at the right time. If intent is off, nothing else works efficiently. You will spend more to acquire customers, they will convert slower, and retention will suffer because you're fighting the market instead of aligning with it. So before you optimize your funnel or test more creatives or add more channels, ask yourself these questions. Do we have an intent problem? Are we solving the right problem for the right people at the right time? If the answer to any of those is I'm not sure, start there. Because traffic without intent, as I said earlier, is just noise. I believe that perfect execution of the wrong strategy is still failure. If you want to diagnose whether you have an intent problem right now, I have built a free framework called the Intent Alignment Framework. It walks you through the exact questions I ask when auditing a company's market fit. I'll drop the link in the description. Have a beautiful day.